Hi.
Thank you very much for coming out.
It's, I came for two reasons. For Shirley, and because when I landed from the old continent and dumped here in New York, my first stop was right here, corner of Meserole and Union. This was my hangout for 2 years. That I'm talking about 1950. There was actually in the middle of this block, not this address, but I think next was a very good Lithuanian restaurant where they had very good potato pancakes. And
How did you first come to know Shirley?
50s, 60s was a very busy period. Independents, but nobody called them independent. First, they called them experimental filmmaker. That was in the 40s into the 50s. Then some of the filmmakers began resisting that. We are not experimenting, we are making. So personal, subjective, personal cinema. While there was like the term avant-garde came in, but nobody really liked that term. Then underground comes in, the term underground. The term came from Duchamp, when he was asked where in the future the artists will work, where will they be? And Duchamp said that was in Philadelphia lecture, so underground. Then around 1960, that's when a new American cinema group was created in 59. Shirley was very much part of it. Featured new kind of narrative and documentary kind of cinema. And that's where Shirley comes in with The Connection. That was her first feature film, The Connection.
If anyone else wants to, or jump in with questions or comments.
Yes, okay. Well, at best, I think maybe is to the question, but I want to talk only what interests you.
What's your favorite term? Underground, independent?
No favorite term. These are historical terms. And the avant-garde was in the 20s. That term was used. So it's a period, historical term. The experimental mostly was used in the 40s and 50s in United States, and that's again a term that
So they're historical. They're
yes,
anachronistic.
and underground was used in the between 59 and 65. That's again historical term, and then it disappears. Now I think independent / avant-garde. Maybe that's what's used mostly today. Those terms come and go, but they are connected with periods. It's not a question of what you prefer. No favorites. Because if you are interested in cinema, then you should be interested in all periods and forms of cinema.
Can I ask Donna a question? Sure. The making of this?
There's a lot of Shirley's personality in there. It's amazingly so, and I don't know how much of that is available to people who didn't know her. But how much of the stock footage used, or the Hollywood footage, Nosferatu and the Western film, and I don't know what that was, that child in the classroom.
We're in Appalachia.
How much of that, who chose them, what to use?
We both did, and a lot of the choosing was dictated by what you could find in the trash. From late 1980s through the 90s, the film industry, the production, the labs and everything were in turmoil, and you would go, like when we'd find things and we'd have to go to AccuTreat and have them cleaned up. So a lot of what we used would depend on the serendipity of, we'd meet at the Film Center coffee shop, and it was an occasion, like Jonas was saying, you make a film. You don't make the same film every day. And so each time we found something, it was really, we were making a shot just by the act of finding the thing, and it was an act of collaging. So it was really a montage made of collage. One thing we tried to do was to remain true to the little bits and pieces as though they were evidence, and we're trying to piece something together.
Mm-hmm.
The hard sell stuff, and even the stuff with the interviewing of the children, the man from the pink film who's in an aluminum factory with a big hook. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like the theater of the absurd. But these are things that we found, and this is what the film industry produces and what we actually, as film viewers, see. What I learned at Anthology about her early work, which I didn't know, and it was really an education, was how she really did grow from the first films she made with the dance, camera dance films, through the Brussels loops and then through Bridges Go Round. She grew as an editor and understood how to bring her choreography and sense of dance to the little pieces of the films.
So a little what I'm, so neither you or she said, oh, let's go out and get shots from.
Oh no,
Rivers and
we had no
Tolerance.
control.
That was just what.
That was something you pull out of a bin or the trash.
It's amazing
And
the amount of sense you made out of it.
Well, I think you make sense. It's the funny thing that, not you personally, but the viewer
Yes, yeah.
makes sense because, and that's why it's so relentless and hard-hitting and often depressing, is because you need to make sense. You need to make a narrative. It's a frightening world if it doesn't make sense.